Hello, and welcome to Kiss List Confessions. I'm Melanie Johnson, and we are here with Brenda St. John Brown. She is one of the authors in the Tinsel and Tatas Holiday Charity Anthology. We're going to be seeing a lot of the authors here at Kiss List Confessions, where authors of kissing books talk about kissing. So let's get started. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. So I'm over here in the Chicagoland area, and you're across the pond, I believe.
Yes, I am in the northwest of England in a very tiny little village, um, about 45 minutes south of Liverpool.
Okay, and have you lived there long?
We've been I'm obviously not British. I'm originally from New York, and we've been in the UK for 14 years. The first 6 were in London, and been up here for 8.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that's quite a bit of time. Pretty settled in. So we are here today to talk about kissing, and these are always such fun. And we always start with our kind of icebreaker, which is going back to the beginning, your first kiss. And this could be for different people. They kind of categorize what their first kiss is differently. So it's whatever you consider your first kiss. Tell us about it in 3 words.
3 words for my first kiss. I would say sweet, unexpected, and quick.
Sweet, unexpected, quick. Okay, I can totally picture this. So, but you gotta help me out a little bit. Give us a little bit of a setting. So, where were we?
At an 8th grade dance of all the things.
Oh, the memories. Eighth grade dance. Was this someone you liked?
Yes, it was someone I liked, and I wasn't really sure if he liked me. Um, and the slow song came on, and you think I would remember the song, but I don't, unfortunately. And he asked me to dance, and I was like, "Oh my God." And and then sort of at the end of the dance, it was just like really, it was quick, it was almost like a peck, but I was like, "Oh my God, this is not what I was expecting at all."
Wait, so at the end of the dance, before he like releases you, that's when he kissed you?
Yeah,
Was it cheek or lips?
lips.
Woo!
I
And
know.
right there on the dance floor. So your first kiss was PDA from the get-go.
It was, I know, and I was like, "Oh my God," and my friends were all like, "Did that just happen?" I was like, "I don't know, did that just happen?" Because it was so unexpected, and I had no idea. So it was very funny. And but when you're in 8th grade, I mean, at least back when I was in 8th grade, which was a long time ago, it wasn't like you really dated, and my parents weren't gonna let me date anyone. Not in, because how old are you? 13,
I have an
14?
eighth grader right now who is
Ah,
13, who
okay.
is 13, and we have had these conversations about, because she'll say so and so is dating so and so. I'm like, no, 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 you're not dating, and you're not dating.
No, and that's how my parents were. They're like, "You're not dating." And I'm like, "No, I'm not dating." So the only thing they let me do, bless their heart, was I had to enlist my neighbor to go to we were able to go to a high school basketball game with her older siblings, and I met this boy there, and that was like the extent of our dating.
Well, right, I would let her go in a group situation, like a group to do things together, but like one on one, you got
No,
time. You got time. So
exactly.
this So after this kiss, was that when the basketball game happened? After that, like you kind of
Yeah.
were seeing each other in eighth grade terms?
Well, not really even, to be honest. Like, we sort of still didn't talk much in the hall, and, we didn't have a lot of classes together, and, we didn't talk on the phone or anything. And there certainly wasn't Snapchat and social media like there is today, because probably we might have talked more then. But, sitting on the, rotary phone in my parents' kitchen talking to this guy wasn't really going to happen. So, and that's how old I am. And my mom, bless her heart, still has a rotary phone in her kitchen on the wall. Um, but, we so yeah, and then he asked me at this basketball game and we went, but I think both of us maybe realized, like, actually there's no practical way to do this. There's no way to really date at this point, and and it just sort of became a friendship, and that was perfectly fine with me.
I mean, it sounds like a very sweet start, and yeah, like the logistics of it are like, all right, I guess this isn't really going to be much of anything. That's okay. You've got time. So in the meantime, though, in your own imagination, you can be boyfriend, girlfriend, what significant other with whoever you want. So the
Mhm.
next question is 3 celebrities that you would like to kiss.
I saw this as one of your questions, and I really had to think about this, because I was like, my first one would probably always be Henry Cavill.
Oh
I
yes.
love him. I love him. Um,
I can I can understand. Like he's just so ridiculously charming. Like
yes,
even like when he's in like that Enola Holmes and he's playing, even then.
yes. No, I love him, and and I follow him on Instagram, and he actually seems like a decent guy, and he's got a dog, and and I'm like, oh, and he's British, and he's got a lovely, like, posh accent, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll run into him one day. You never know. Not to kiss him, obviously, but you never know.
You
um,
could do a quick peck too and like take him by surprise. I'm sure he probably has that problem quite a bit with
I'm
people.
sure he does. Um, and then the another one is Idris Elba. I love him. I just think he's super sexy. I
Agree,
was
hard agree, and his voice as well.
Yes, yes. I really wanted him to be the next James Bond, but um, I guess Daniel Craig stepped it up, and kept the job. But when they were talking about him, I was like, I would love to see that. Um, because that would be amazing. And then the other person is actually Ryan Reynolds. Um, I just think he's funny, and he seems like he has a good personality and a great sense of humor, and he's he is attractive. I don't think he's as, like, stunning as the other two, but I'm really attracted to his personality.
Yeah, he plays good rom-com hero because he is definitely very attractive, but not so attractive that he doesn't feel like someone you might actually bump into, which
Mhm.
works really well for a rom-com hero. So,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Okay. So I thought, yeah, all solid picks for your celebrities to kiss. And then, so we're going to move from real people to fictional people. This one's a little different. So it's not necessarily characters who you've actually seen kiss in a scene, but they're 3 fictional characters who you think would make good kissers based on how they're portrayed in their books, things about their personalities that you're like, okay, I can just imagine they would make great kissers.
Okay. Um, the first one is, Kelly Siskind wrote a book called The Knockout Rule, and her hero is a boxer named Brick. Uh, he it's Karama Kra I don't know what his last name is, but anyway, his first name is Brick, and that's really all you need to know, and he's this uh, boxer who writes poetry, and he's got a real soft side. And the way she portrays him in the book, you just think, I just think, oh my gosh, I bet he comes across as a very sensual character.
Ooh, yeah. So that's always important, right? Someone who's kind of in tune with those things. So that's Kelly Siskin's The Knockout Rule. You said,
Right.
and his name's Brick.
Brick, yes.
Who works for a boxer.
Yeah.
Next one.
Actually, another Tinsel and Tatas author, Serena Bells, she has a new release, I think today on, it
It
was on
might be, yeah.
the Walk on the Wild Brody from Walk on the Wilder Side. Um, I was really lucky to read the book early, and I didn't think I could love the next hero any more than I loved Gabe in the first book. But actually, Brody is one of those like bad boy, trying to be good, doesn't think he can be good. And, everyone loves a bit of a bad boy, don't they? But then he's got a real soft spot for, um, a friend who comes back into town, and he, really goes out of his own comfort zone to try to accommodate her and then to want to be with her. So I really fell in love with him, actually.
Yeah, those bad boys with hearts of gold are pretty irresistible. And
Yes,
also almost it's almost like you talked about, almost like it's the where they're kind of like rough around the edges for everyone, but there's the one that they're soft for.
yes, yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Exactly it. And the other one is Hollis from Choose Me by R.C. Bolt. It's
Okay.
one of her older books. She doesn't really write, she writes romantic suspense now, but this is a childhood friends to lovers. And the childhood relationship is so sweet. And, they actually never get together in childhood, but it's clear that they both just adore each other. Um, and the book opens with Hollis in the back of the church watching the childhood friend get married
Uh-oh.
to somebody else. And, and it really just draws you in, and it it's, alternately heartbreaking and super sweet at the same time.
Oh, wow. And then obviously something happens along the way. We'd have to read it to find out for how
Yes.
they ended up together by the end of it. So that's that. Can you tell us the title of that one again?
Choose Me by R.C. Bolt.
Choose me. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we're going from books now to movies and TV and actual kisses. What are three of your favorite kissing scenes?
I love actually, one of my favorite movies is The Holiday, and
Okay, yes.
and, you know, I'm not a rewatcher or a rereader or a anything, but I always watch The Holiday when it's on, and, by around Christmas time, and I love the first kiss between Jude Law and Cameron Diaz, as well as the first kiss between Jack Black and Kate Winslet. Like, I just think it's, both of those couples have great chemistry, and it it's super sweet and fun and sexy, and I just love that.
Yeah, I finally saw that one for the very first time last holiday season. And yeah, I was like, this is just delightful, very sweet on many levels. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Um, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love. That's one of my favorite movies, and I haven't watched it in a long time. But, again, the chemistry, I think, and that for me, when I'm thinking of something I'm watching, it's that physical on-screen chemistry that you can almost sense between the two actors, whether they're, you know, and um, I always think, well, I can understand how sometimes actors end up in real life relationships because that chemistry is so palpable when you're watching it. And for them, especially in that film, I think it really is.
Yeah, that was another one that I just saw for the first time recently. I kind of went on a rom-com binge because of the book that I was writing about rom-coms. So I finally watched that, and it does have fantastic, you're right, fantastic chemistry. This kind of, because he's such an overt flirt. And that whole relationship is great all around. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but like the connection that gets revealed later, it's just the payoff is awesome
Mhm.
in that storyline. So that's a great one. All right, last one.
Um, I really like, and I just because I've been watching it lately, um, I love. Have you seen? Are you watching Ted Lasso at all?
I have not started. It is like I will watch this after I finish the current book I'm writing as a reward because everyone raves about it.
Right. Well, yes, and um, the first kiss between the Roy Kent character and Keeley. I think they're a great couple on the screen, and they're definitely, opposites attract, and they couldn't be more opposite in their characters. But then, that's part of what makes them a perfect match in the series.
Opposites attract is a fun trope for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've seen so many great comments about the series in general and like how the romance and stuff that's kind of built into it. So I'm gonna be watching it later. Okay, so we're gonna go from what we've been watching on TV, and now we're gonna like think about locations. So three ideal locations for kissing. These are could be from personal experience or on your bucket list or just places you think, yeah, that's a great place to have a kiss.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it's probably stereotypical, but the beach at sunset, especially coming from someone who doesn't actually get to the beach very much, or, we have beaches in England, but they're never warm. So I'd have to qualify that by saying a warm beach at sunset, where you don't have to be in like your coat and a hat and
Yes, right. Not as sexy and romantic when you're all like, okay.
exactly, exactly. A beach on a summer holiday,
There you go.
a gorgeous sunset. I'm thinking of like, Santorini or something. All those
Ooh,
pictures you
yes,
see on
yes. You can get as
Instagram.
specific and detailed as possible here. Yeah, set the scene. All right. So yeah, so a warm, sunny sunset beach for that. Okay. What else?
Yeah. Um, at the opposite end of the spectrum, like a cozy sofa in front of the fire,
Ooh,
wrapped up all in blankets and, you know, fairy lights around, or even a Christmas tree, if it's a holiday season.
definitely.
Um,
All the ambiance and the coziness. Know where you have to go. Nothing else you have to do. Just to be together and enjoy that time. All
yeah.
right. And third location.
Um, Walking in the snow or the rain, but again, with a caveat, I can't be like a blizzard or a torrential downpour.
Well, like I think of like in Four Weddings and a Funeral where it is the torrential downpour, and he's doing the confessing and all, and she's like, "I hadn't noticed. Is it raining?" It's like
Yeah, no, I think
I'm a sucker for a good rain kiss. Oh yeah.
yeah, I like a rain kiss, and also, snow, if it's like a light snow, thinking I was thinking about this earlier, like walking if you're in New York City and it's lightly snowing and it's very late at night or early in the morning and the streets are mostly deserted, like that is super romantic. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I can think of the ambiance of it, and there's something magical about it for sure. Definitely,
mhm.
definitely. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about your books. First, we're going to start with obviously your Tinsel and Tata's contribution. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep, my Tinsel and Tata's book is called A Brit Under the Mistletoe, and it's set in my Castle Calder world, which is where my rom-com series is set. Castle Calder is a fictional uh, castle turned hotel in England, and it is a friends to lovers story with a dash of fake relationship thrown in there. Um, Definitely a rom-com. The book opens with, Gemma, who's the heroine, getting stuck in her Santa suit, or her Santa trousers because they start off doing a Santa dash.
Oh, they have to run wearing the Santa outfits, which I think is hilarious. I love this idea of the castle turned hotel. Like that's like yes. I mean, you already got me right there. Sign me up. I want to go.
Yeah, well, actually, it's based on a real castle turned hotel that we went to here. It's up in the Lake District. We went
Even
several years.
better.
Yeah, we went several years ago. We had gotten a gift certificate for Christmas, and so we went for 3 nights, and I left there thinking, "Oh my gosh, I have to write a book set in this place because it is just amazing."
And it sounds like you have an entire series then set in this place. So,
Yes. Yeah.
so a
My
Brit under the mistletoe, right? That's the name of the book. The contribution to Tinsel and Tatas. You tell
Mhm.
us a little bit more about the Calder series, Castle Calder series.
Yeah, so it starts with a Brit on the side, and there are 4 books in the series, plus the Tinsel and Tata story, and then a novella, Castle Calder Christmas Eve. And they're all interconnected standalones, focusing on the female main characters in the books. So it's the family who owns the hotel. Their kids obviously are in the book. And then, the girls are also their friends, and they take place between Castle Calder and London, basically.
Oh, so perfect. Yes. Especially if you're here in the States with me and you would like to have a little armchair tourism right now, since we can't go anywhere. Okay. So besides Tinsel and Tatas, what else do we have coming up? Like recent releases or upcoming releases?
I am planning my 2022 right now, and I am still in the planning stages. So Tinsel and Tatas will be my last release for 2021. And then I'm hoping to kick off 2022 with a new series, that I'm probably not ready to talk about yet, but I'm excited about it. And
That's good.
yeah, and I'm hoping that it won't be set in England. A lot of my books are set in England, but this one I think I'm going to come back to the States for, at least fictionally. And
Where are you from over here?
I'm from upstate New York.
Okay. So are you thinking that that's where you would set it?
Upstate New York, or possibly, I lived for a while in Atlanta.
Oh,
Um,
that's quite a different feel.
yeah, yeah, I've lived a lot of places actually. And but I was thinking, there's a lot Southern literature, Southern fiction. You have so much character just in the South itself.
It is
And
a
so,
character. The setting becomes a character. Yes.
yeah. So that I'm still toying with where exactly it's going to be set. If it's going to be set in upstate New York, sort of in the Finger Lakes region, or
Mhm.
in the South.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you've got some time to play and have fun. This is the fun
Mhm.
part of writing, right? When you're just getting the ideas and letting things cook and thinking about it before you actually have to, like, all right, now I have to write it all.
Well, exactly.
So I wish you luck on that. Thank you so much for joining me today. So make sure that you check out Brenda St. John Brown's books, the Castle Calder series, and I will be dropping links to Brenda's website and other information about the Tinsel and Tatas anthology in the comments below. So you can go out and grab your own copy of Tinsel and Tatas at your favorite digital retailer, and every penny we raise goes to the Young Survivor Coalition for people who have been diagnosed with cancer before the age of 40. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Melanie Johnson, and with me is
Brenda St. John Brown.
Brenda St. John Brown. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.